him, it is said, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. So he's saying what? That's an example of temptation. The Most High will do that with what it says in Psalms if you have a need, right? Or if the need arises. But that doesn't mean you just willfully, okay, yeah, you know the Most High is protecting you if you're doing the right thing. But now what Satan is pretty much doing here, as far as a proposal, is saying, yeah, like in today's times, yeah, the Most High's got me. Let me go and walk through gunfire. Because the Most High's got me. Let me walk in traffic. You know what I mean? In rush hour, well, not rush hour because everything's going slow, but let me walk across the highway because the Most High's got me. I'll be fine. But that's an example of what you tempting the Lord now, because that just doesn't make sense. You're going to walk in open traffic just to get hit. So that's the example of the first type of seed we went into. But then he says, you should not tempt the Lord thy God. So now he cut Satan with another scripture. Because Satan brought that scripture out wrong or by itself, isolated, and then weighed out with other verses. In verse 13, when the devil had ended all the temptation, he departed from him for a season. So right there, Satan shows his hand. The three moves he's got are the same three moves that Christ explained to us in the parable of the sower and the seed. So I just wanted to make that connection there.
All right.
But the water.
You're on the bar. So, again, we're back into Luke. Now we're reading the 16th verse of the 8th chapter. Verse 16. No man, when he have lighted a candle, carve it with a vessel, a candle, or a lamp. Right? It says, no man, when he have lighted a candle, carveth it with a vessel, or putteth it under a bed, but setteth it on a candlestick, that they which enter in may see the light. So now that's another parable. It says, if you have a candle, usually today we use light. Right? Let's take an example of a light. Would you take a light and light it and then you throw it under the bed?
Burn down the house.
You burn down the house.
Burning down the house.
Not just a candle, I'm talking about a light period, because
Right.
Yahusha is using the candle as a sense of brightness. So now, we use candles now, but we mostly use light. Right? We use light bulbs. So now imagine you take a light bulb, you light it up, you turn on the switch, and then you say, okay, under the bed you go. So Yahusha is making a parallel here. It says, that's impossible. Right? It says, but sitteth it on a candlestick. A candlestick, like, we go back to the light, this could be considered a candlestick. We have the light, we put on the candlestick. Or a lampstand, we put on a lampstand. So to have the light showing. Why do we need light? Because light, it symbolizes clarity. But what light is Yahusha talking about here? Is Yahusha talking about the light, this light right here, the candle light?
The word.
Speaking about the word. So, it says that which enter may see the light. So how can somebody enter and see the light? By when the word speaks, when the word is being spoken, they see things clearly. How? By the way things are in the world and compare it to the word, how it's done. Right? So now, verse 17. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest. This is when earlier I said Christ is not there to put things in secret so we don't understand. So he himself saying nothing is secret, because that shall not be made manifest. Anything that is done in the dark shall be brought into the light. So anything that is a secret, the Most High will make sure that he bring it out. neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. Right? So anything that is hid as far as doctrine will be coming out. Take heed therefore how ye hear, for whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken even that which he seemeth to have. So what is that saying here? Have what? Take heed therefore how ye hear, for whosoever have, to him shall be given. Have what?
I have a link up for the previous verse dealing with the light. Meant to give it to you sooner.
All right.
This is Barak chapter 4, verses 1 and 2.
Who?
Barak, the son of Apocrypha. It's right after Ecclesiasticus. It's Jeremiah's amanuensis, or his scribe. This is Barak chapter 4, verse 1. It reads, "This is the book of the commandments of God, and the law that endure forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die." So it's a good verse showing life and death comes through the commandments. Verse 2, "Turn thee, O Jacob, and take heed of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated." So we have to walk in the light, like you were saying, of this.
Right.
Yeah, that was Barak chapter 4, verses 1 and 2.
Because people take the scriptures as just religion. This is a matter of life and death. People take it as, we go to church Sunday, we clap, and that's about it. This is a matter of life and death.
Yeah.
Marsha.
The thing is, when you say it's a matter of life and death, people crying and say, well, we're going to die anyway. So what are you saying? I'm just
Because they really don't understand what life and death mean. They scared of the carnal death,
right,
when the body dies, but they don't understand the spirit never dies. The spirit comes back in this generation, and the same spirit's gonna be there. So they fail to understand that. They scared the physical death. When the body decays and or something happened, you die. So they don't understand. They don't fully understand what life really means. Because at the time when Yahushua makes his second coming, everything that we done in the past, we die from generation, we come back, we die, we come back. All these things, all this book will be open, say it show you everything that you have done. So now for those people who believe when I die and that's it, they're gonna say, I did this, but I died. Everything will be revealed in front of you. But I died. I thought I died. Now the body dies, but the spirit lives on.
See the thing about that,
That's a big thing right there.
people don't believe that.
They don't.
A lot of people don't believe that, as far as, what you just said.
Right.
So we read the scripture, we understand it, and we believe it. So even people that read, because I've spoken to some people that say they read the Bible, but they don't believe that. It's like, come on, that's just your imagination.
Right. So now what happened to those people? They fall into those categories right there that we read.
Right.
Either
They fall by the wayside.
From the tones, because some of those people, they actually believe in this life.
Right.
Right. So they even though they have some sort of knowledge of the scripture, but they don't apply it. They just go in the world. They still want to have one foot in the world and one foot in the scripture. Still be able to enjoy all the things in the world. So those are the seed that fall by the wayside.
But this is the part where this is when I came to really understand. You still can enjoy the things in the world while keeping the scriptures.
Right, you can.
And people, it seems like they think that they can't. Now, if I'm getting the scripture, certain things I can't do. Yeah, certain things, that scripture forbid for you. Yeah, you can't do them, but there's plenty other things you could do.
Yeah.
Right.
The water that's not in the glass versus the water that's in the glass.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when this is when that, as far as this is a personal, I guess, what they say in the church. This is my
testimony.
testimony.
Yeah.
Right. So this way, that's why I realized I can take advantage, probably more things that, not that I mean, I'm in the Word. There's more things that I could do now. I see this. I could do a lot more things now than before. Before, it seems to me I was limited. Now it's like the door has been opened.
Yeah.
Now I'm not only working, I'm in this lifetime, but I'm also working towards the next lifetime. So it's like you going to college, hoping, 4 years, or you're starting to get a degree, before you get a better job in the future.
Right.
This is like I'm working for a better future.
Right. But with them, that's why you see a lot of these people, they ended up have so much problem, anxiety, they get sick, this and that, because they racing against time. Because they feel like, man, 40, 50, 60 years, man, I got to get this job. If I don't get this at this certain times, man, I fell in, life, I waste my time in life. Because those people, they limited into this setup.
Right.
Oftentimes, they don't make it. Because they so worried trying to make it,
right.
They don't make it. They don't make anything.
They don't make anything, right? And the thing, just to say, real quick, even like as far as Steve Jobs just died the other day. This guy had all the money in the world, and just the other day, Gaddafi? They just killed him, and he had over $160 billion. He had all the money, and look at the way he died. I mean, I'm just using an example as far as using the money, people chasing the money. It's good to get money, but it's you see how these guys died as far as having all the money. Everybody's fighting for.
Right. Let me say this real quick, and after that, just on a side note, that I had a class on Tuesdays going over how our attitude with money, how it should be in the scriptures to line up with it, and also how when we work for money, how we should go about it, and we had scriptures to back it up. So far we get into our attitude with money now, and then we ended on when you were working for money. All these things in the scripture, because the Most High give us, this is our book. So that's how we got to go by. So, these people clearly, they don't understand money. They don't understand how, even with billions and billions of dollars, you would think that those people understand money. They really don't. They really don't understand the concept of what money is really about. They know how to make money, but as far as the value that they put behind money, you clearly see that they don't have wisdom behind it. Even though in the eyes of the world, they see it as being very successful. Yes, in terms of accumulating money. But in terms of putting in practice, the attitude behind it, they really don't understand. So we went over that. And we got, whenever I get a chance to teach the class again, I will, finish on investing money and so on and so forth.
Come. So now, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, when you read from verse 1, actually on down, I'm gonna read only from 1 to 5. But Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 verses 1 to 5 in particular, I guess you can keep reading down, it gets better, but it pretty much makes the comparison to how the righteous will be received in the end. But then it goes into the mentality that the wicked will have as far as when they see those who made the right choice and how they were rewarded for it. To just really sum it up, on a basic level, it's like looking at short-term versus long-term gratification. We deal with the Most High teaches us how to get long-term gratification as far as making the right choices every day, every week, every month, every season, to have continual wealth to then hand down. But now where Satan comes in, he comes in with the short-term gratifications. We're like, how can I get so much right now real quick, live it all up, and enjoy a life of lavishness and